two things that you need to balance between them. Consistency and respect of time. Every second we lose, we cannot retrieve it back. And you need to understand that it's okay to fail. It's okay. You need to be consistent, but not consistent in failing. Consistent with the ability to change.
You just narrate this idea right now. I know that maybe it's in 5 minutes.
So I believe that the best investment you do is with people. So I was headhunting the opportunity with people that I would have energy with, synergy with. You go back to swimming. Because if you missed this race because you had flu, you'll need to wait another year. If you lose means you lost. And the motto in the swimmers, it's very beautiful. But they say in the Champions World, you never win silver, you lose gold. I will quote again in Arabic because I believe Arabic will reach the meaning as it. من نعم الله عليك حاجة الناس إليك. That's a blessing.
Hassan, are you ready to unleash?
We're ready.
What's the percentage before we start?
Bring your best.
That's amazing. Hassan, I always, before anyone comes just in the podcast, I love always to ask that question. Why you are an entrepreneur before being a businessman?
I've never felt being employed, to be honest.
What's the reason?
I used to be a swimming champion. People don't think about the small things in the sports. If you go to swimming, you spend 3-4 hours every day alone. Your head is in the water. You don't talk to anyone. You have like a self journey, spending the kilometers, and it gives you a huge difference. Rain from September to June for half a second, and you will have one chance. If you're not in the perfect timing in this race, the training of the whole year, you lose the half a second. So this build up a character that you cannot be contained. You got me? You cannot be contained. So you choose where the challenges are, where the difference are. And I'm in a motto that we live once, definitely we live once, so not to repeat the media, but I would love to make a difference. But eat, sleep, and die later on. Let's die with the memo.
What were that conditions that you have it that allowed you to be an entrepreneur? Because most people, when we get out of our university, most probably you're just want to get some job, make a living, move, live in your comfort zone. What makes you different in that way?
I'll give you a funny story. I was in the uni and you have to go and do some training in the banks. I used to study finance. So I don't have the background of the cyber. I'm not a tech guy. I'm never a techie. I don't look like them. I am not like them. No offense to anyone, but they like the East back, the hair. I'm not like that. So the point, I went to a bank. And then I was doing the job, but I have to do this for the university. So the manager told me, I like you, I will hire you. I felt as an insult. I was counting the days to leave. Then I told him, so how much you get paid? He was like, don't look at my salary now. That's a long journey. I said, because I wanted to know where I would reach, So he gave me a number. He said $5,000 per month. And he was saying this,
very proudly, yes.
5,000. He said, I will need this for shirts. I don't come from a rich family. But if I have to come to the bank every day, you're a young man. I need to look nice every day. So I told him, this will never be enough even to wear the clothes. How to build a life? I told him, I'm looking for a job that at least pay me $50,000 per dollar per month. He said, the bank is not your place. I said, perfectly. This is exactly what I was saying to myself. The bank is not my place. And in Beirut, he's a banker, as if you gave him a title, he works in a bank. So I found my journey super early. I decided, I started work at the early age, even before entering university in order to pay my tuition fees. And I tried fields and I tried here and there, but I was always focused on what I want. I was always in the security field. I was grabbing the opportunity, looking for the product, looking for this. Then I found that it's not about the product. Now we were at JISEC. There's literally like 1,000 company. If 1,000 company has 1,000 product that all is working, we will never be having an exhibition. And they're all saying the same thing. So I believe that the best investment you do is with people. So I was headhunting the opportunity with people that I would have energy with, synergy with. I had friends, I had connections because of the swimming. And, I took the challenge early. I was broke some days and I was...
It's normal as
I
a
was broke. I was waiting. I lost. I failed ideas that I thought that's the $1 million idea immediately, and then something came up. So you learn. It's an easy journey because it made you who you are after all. Yeah.
But how did you choose cybersecurity? Why this especially?
I chose cyber. Let's be honest, cyber chose me.
How?
I was working in the defense and security and all this field, And cyber was the corner of the field 10 years ago. Now the technology age is like 30, 40 days and you have something. Back then it was like every year you will see some innovation. So I was not able to get the business I want because of the sharks in the region. So I chose what they kept aside. I chose the cyber. And I come from a finance background. So I knew that I will never be a tech guy. So I went to the investment with people. I was headhunting the best people. And I got blessed and lucky because it comes from God. At the same time, people call it luck. No, I did so much studies. You need to understand to a certain extent. Elon Musk is not a tech guy. He sent a missile to the moon. He's not a tech guy. And his children are homeschooling, studying homeschooling. So it's not, you need to think literally outside of the box. Taking these challenges, you fail 10 times, but you gain once. And when you gain, you will feel the success and it's the sweetness. So you don't want to give up. So you keep. But the chances are better when you sign. People tend to forget who to choose. And I built the company from one employee. Now we set a company more than 100 employees.
Wow. So as an entrepreneur at the beginning, do you think that the technical skill, it's essential to like penetrate a market maybe or a segment that you don't know anything about it?
Well, to be honest, at the beginning I was a self-employed. I was not an entrepreneur. I was the only me, I was doing the job alone. So you were only self-employed. Bad things about good people or rich people or successful people, which is all comes into success. So you do mistakes. We do mistakes today, later we'll do mistakes. But people doesn't fight you now. Why? Because they feel you're strong. You will have different kind of enemy. You will have competition, if you want to call it. But when you start struggling up, everybody wants to squeeze you down and more. You will never have a hand up to lift you. Never.
If you come back by the time itself, you remember the moment that you moved from being a solo entrepreneur and you start scale the business itself. What was that skill at that time that gives you just the luxury to scale your business? You said that now you started as one. Now you have like 100 employees. How did you just scale it in that moment?
We went super slow. We went slowly. It was a tax of learning. We paid this tax. So the first employee that was with me at that time is still with me till today. That's one. Second, along the way, you headhunt. You get an opportunity. You take a risk. You add. And then we have so much on our plate at the moment. So we're even expanding.
You said that you started it from Lebanon, right?
Yeah, I started from Lebanon.
How did you expand to the Gulf? And why?
I was never thinking to leave Lebanon. To leave Lebanon as leaving. I didn't leave. We're still resident there. We still have our office there. And we believe in our country will rise up again. But the point, as I told you before, technology is too fast. Dubai became the window of the world. Beirut was the window of the world. We were there. We were the hub of everyone. Now Dubai is the hub for everyone. So I chose to move where it happens. It's happening here. So that's one. Second, it's a land of opportunity. I use a quote. It's better to be, if you can't be both, it's better to be feared than loved. People here love Dubai and fear Dubai. There is rules and regulation. There is the right and the wrong, white and black, and at the same time they love Dubai because Dubai gives them back. Dubai, you make money. After we want to monetize our business, you make money. It's a hub for the whole world. You are respectful. You respect the country. They will respect your business. You get your chance, and if you do well, you grow. That's a simple math that is in Dubai, and there's a place for everyone.
In terms of scalability, you mean, if I compare what you're doing in Lebanon and Gulf, what is more close to you?
The heart is in Lebanon, to be honest, but I'll explain to you something. We had the problems in the streets in 2019 in Lebanon. So we were not able to access our offices. You cannot invite any delegation. You cannot get security clearances for your guests. You cannot do that. So I was forced to move. I didn't choose to move. I was forced to move, and I came here, but Dubai welcomed us with open hands. So we moved here, and then we start working here. And now definitely we'll only retire here. I'm being honest. This country was very generous to us.
That's amazing. In terms of cybersecurity, when I listened to cybersecurity, I got a little bit afraid from the name itself. What is that problem that you're solving for your customers, the clients, in terms of cybersecurity?
Yeah, I'll tell you something. We come from low budget country. In Lebanon, we don't have budget. So usually we try to make up things in any way. In big companies, whatever, you have a problem, you contract the biggest in the market, and then you get all the products, all the software, all the hardware, and you move on. We had to invent how to keep up with the pace in Lebanon. So what we did, we chose a market very well. We studied the market very well. The market is almost 80% of SMEs, small, medium. Into this and linking this to the fast track of the technology. Now a small SME will not be able to keep up the pace with the technology. Why? Because the IT guy that is already placed in-house needs to be full-day training. At the same time, he needs to be a full-day job. So he needs to train, to study, and at the same time to work. Okay, we got Corona. We got a gap in education. Now the fresh grads are not as skilled as the people before because they didn't use cases. They never went to field for 3 years. So you have a gap on level 2 and level 3 analysts, not the first beginners. Level 2, level 3 are the problem solver. Even if you're an SME and holding 10 employees, you have data. You're working with the hospital. You're working with the company. You're working with any firm. By you not being able to protect your data or the data and not even able to provide, that will give you less job because you're not up to the standard. Dubai is an e-government. There's no paper here. So if you want to work here, you need to catch up. So what we did, and the softwares are expensive, and the hardwares are expensive, and training is expensive. And if you want to get an engineer of level 3 here, he will be paid around 30,000 dirhams. Not every company can afford to pay this. You need to give him residency. He needs to stay in a house. So that's a budget. If you want 10 from these people, that's a ton of money. Okay. So what we did, we gathered this in one hub, and we made this in one basket. And we gave the people service based on their sizes. So we rent them the service of the people that we hired, and we took the risk to pay them the salary, to accommodate them, to keep them here. And what we did, we engaged all softwares that you might think of to protect you from all over the globe. Instead of you being contracted to one company, now you're technically contracted to 10 companies, getting the best benefit of each company, with the service of our engineers. At the same time, you don't even have any liability in-house. And we are liable to R&D, we are liable to the updates, and we are liable to keep on training. If you do this and you have a small kind of customers, you lose. That's a risk. Here we come back to the risk taking. We did this. We used the public relation we have, And we used the leverage that we built it up over the 10 years and we launched in the market. That was cost free for that's 10 times less the cost for the companies. That's give them all the push to go to you because you're taking the headache out of them. If you look at, let's say any company in the world, if they will need to use the same setup we give them in-house, they will pay 10 times more. So giving this service for them made a new concept for them by outsourcing a service that was headache for them. So technically, you're telling them, just buy me your problems because I'm already here to buy it out. So you buy the problems and you sell them peace of mind with an amount of money that already they were paying. Everybody's happy. You close the cycle.
But you just narrate this idea right now. I know that maybe it's in 5 minutes. How long does it take from you to reach?
It took us 5 years.
5 years.
It took us 5 years.
To reach that idea.
To understand understand what do you want and what is needed in the market. If you look to market studies, I'll tell you something. It's very hard to change people. When you used to come to companies, they will tell you, we have our IT department. That was something. This IT department is dying. Now the IT department is a liaison office between you and the SOC center, between the company and the SOC center that's doing this. And we have personal relations. You have a big issue that he doesn't need to feel that you are a threat because, you're taking my job. No, I'm not. I'm enhancing your job and making sure you don't do mistakes, to be honest. I'm making your job easier because I'm filtering everything for you and I'm giving you a ready product, tailored based on your need and tailored based on your budget. So you don't need to buy a big vehicle, a big van in order to put a lot of luggage, that much of luggage that you have. So I bought the big van and just take the corner that fits you and fits your budget. And that made everybody happy.
How did you just manage the resistance from people? Because I believe you had some motive behind this. Because if you find like the first, I would say, resistance or challenge, sometimes if we don't have the motive, we raise the white flag on ourselves. What was your motive in that?
I fought for the idea. So one. Second, and most importantly, I found the mistakes. So when I go to a client, when you tell them, I need nothing from you, it's a free service, I just want to test your network because you're saying that you're okay. I want to show you that you're vulnerable. When you do this test and you show him the weaknesses, we're already starting from somewhere. You will see them running when the problem is happening. There are smart people that they will say smart people learn from their mistake. I believe smart people learn from other mistakes. If you saw the mistake, why should I repeat it myself? I saw it. If I have the same scenario and I repeat it, I'm an idiot. I'm not smart. It's the same scenario. If it's a 0-day problem that never happened, okay, I would understand and we learn from experience. But if it happened with you and then I saw it and then it happened with me, I have a problem. So that's a motto that we brought. And there's a lot of executive and the variety of nationalities here and the variety of people and the fast pace of Dubai. Want them to be headache free, to focus how to make money, not how to solve problems. We were buying the problems. So we gave them a solution where they have seriously a problem.
What was the biggest challenge during moving from that, as I would say, the beginning of the idea till you reached here today? What was your biggest obstacle to go to there? If you just mention one thing that during your journey.
Trying to convince people because who you are. Why? People doesn't like something new. They fear what they don't know. They are comfortable with what they used on. So if they use for something, they will continue on this pace. In Arabic, they will use it this way, to be honest.
Resistance, yes.
Bringing this idea on table, you need to show them how vulnerable they are. That's one. Second, and show them that you're not, because we still have ego approach here. So if you want to show, you're bad and your company and doesn't work and you can't do this and blah, 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 not like. So this approach of understanding each and every one how to approach him, where to approach him, why to approach him, showing him the problem, showing him the solution. We people here, especially in the Middle East, to be honest, I would like to tell you that you have a mistake happily, and we'll spread it, and it will go fast. But I don't have a solution for you. I just want to tell you, I just want to criticize. I want to do this. Ahmed is wrong in this. Okay, what is the right in this? What is right? Let's be realistic. So people always come with a problem but never come with a solution. I attended one meeting once at early age. I was with people, and he gave an approach for something. And then based on this approach, I saw that there is weakness in the approach, but I didn't find, honestly, how to solve it. But I can see that it's wrong in somewhere. So I said, I can see it wrong, but I don't have the solution. They said, okay, then it's only the problem is in you, not in the subject. So you understand that there is always the best choice, but there is the acceptable choice somewhere that is doable. There is a best choice. If it's not doable, what can I do? And the best case scenario is like this, but the doable scenario is like this. So I need to bring the best from what is doable. Let's not go into theory. I met one guy once, he told me, I have a PhD in threat intelligence. I told him, you need the NAY4 for a business card. What is PhD in threat intelligence? With all due respect, what is the threat? When you want to have a PhD in threat intelligence, means you have been through hundreds of threats. So we just look for the names so let's be into real life, let's be realistic. You might find an engineer that has a BA, but has worked 20 years in a field that made him live the threat on a daily basis, that is worth a lot more than a PhD holder.
Yeah.
So we need to understand, we don't need to contain people based on titles. We always like to choose who he is, Mr. Doctor. No
titles.
Let's get the outcome. Let's see the outcome, and then understand who we're talking, and value people based on the know-how.
During your journey, I know in entrepreneurship it's ups and downs. Didn't you have?
It's downs.
Almost all the time downs. That's why
you lift yourself up once.
But you have a vision. You can see something that most people, they cannot see. This is the difference between a successful and just a mediocre entrepreneur. The question, didn't you have like a time, because of this resistance and challenge that you are facing, start to doubt yourself that this maybe will not work?
Consistency. We go back to swimming. Seriously. You build up. It's in the character. You go back to swimming. Because if you missed this race because you had flu, you'll need to wait another year. It's not that they will not do the race next week because you have flu. They will not give you the excuse. If you lose, means you lost. And the motto in the swimmers, it's very beautiful, by the way. They say in the champions world, you never win silver, you lose gold. So you never won the silver. If you got a silver medal, people get happy with it. No, you lost gold. You lost. See, that's a difference. We were raised like this. So now, this is how you build up. Everything matters. It's a big puzzle.
But how did you see? Because we are human at the end of the day. How did you keep yourself motivated? Because of the resistance that you have it everywhere from everyone every day. What motivates you?
Success, We're ego-driven. I wanted to be successful. I wanted to be someone. I want to be someone. So you're driven by your goal. And I was setting goals high. And to be honest, I was setting goals high. So I was pushed to it. And just to, on the note, sometimes you put a 5 years plan, 5 years plan, 5 years. I turned 38 in 2 weeks. I reached the 40 years goal. I was very happy that the goal I made between 35 and 40, I've reached this now just soon. I was happy. Now you said, but at the same time, I said, no, that the goal I made for 40 was not that. I need to raise up the expectations even better. And now we did this. And if it's scary, if you look at them, it's scary, but if the goals doesn't scare you, then there's a problem.
Do you regret anything in your life?
On the personal matter, let's be realistic now. We got a huge dilemma. I would regret not marrying my wife, my existing wife, but earlier.
But why?
Because I live happily married. Sometimes you get busy at work and you forget yourself. So, and then you notice that there's a part of your life that is missing. So, but it came in time, in place. But if I meet my wife
Earlier.
with the same, the same setup again, and I meet her 10 years earlier, I would marry her.
Do you think that your life would change than what you have today?
I would believe it would be better. It's good you have a backup. Your wife is your single woman army.
That's a great. This is in terms of personal. If you come back to your entrepreneurial journey, by the time, let's say that you have a sand of time, or like Prince of Persia, let's say that you have this sand of time, and you have the ability right now to change something, go back to the past and change it. Maybe you think that it will change something in your future. What would be that one thing?
To be honest, nothing. It's a journey that has a lot of ups and downs, and the downs are way better. Way more. But this is what made us who we are at the moment. So in Arabic, it's ضريبة التعلم. So we have paid it. I paid it so many high prices, but you learn the hard way, you continue the hard way, and consistency, and you stand up again. It made me who I am. It's fine. I'm fine with every mistake I made, to be honest. I don't regret any of the mistakes I made. I assume people say, oh, maybe this problem. If you listen to people, oh, why you did this or why you did this, they will blame you, but they were not you. They didn't see the options you had. They didn't see the problems you had. They didn't see how you were looking at the things. But it's the evolving of the personality. In the Prophet says, I will quote in Arabic, من تساوى يومه فهو مغبون. So you're talking about the day. Imagine the life. So no, it's a learning process journey.
That's amazing. And what is that one thing that you are very proud of? Let's focus now away from the regret, but what is that thing that you have done in your life, whether it's in personal or in professional life, that it makes you very proud?
I'll tell you something. Every day I feel a success about something, I go back home and then I'll use the word in harsh term, I'll slap myself. This is not the success I want. We're still far away from where we should be. So I never felt satisfied or saturated yet, to be super honest with you. I never felt till today this orgasmic success. Never. Not yet.
How do you nourish these thoughts in your mind?
Consistency. I told you, I have goals that scary as everyone. If I tell you the goals, you will say you'll need 100 years.
Your goals are moving with you, or you just keep it and then review it and move again?
You always do recalculation, but I'm only setting the bar higher. This is how it's moving at the moment. I put time frame for everything. I learn, I look at the mistakes, I put things on track. I remove things from my life. I remove people from my life. I don't hesitate saying no, blocking something, closing something, reading the losses in something. Even if it is brightful at the moment, I see that it has no future. This is not where I want to be. And to be honest, business has two sides. There's the glory of the business and the money of the business. I didn't reach the day that I would only need the glory of the business. So I'm fine with whatever make the business best, well, the best of it. At the same time, monetize the ideas I want. And my feet are under the ground, not on the ground, because if you look at the real world, we're still small players. Let's be. I can brag about the success and Forbes and blah and blah, and we did this and we did this. Then you will have a problem. I do believe that I'm just building up a new way. I had a way that will end here. Then I got a successful push somewhere. Then I will change the way to a harder one. And I'll change to a harder one and evolving this way.
That's amazing. If you can reflect back during your journey, have you ever had like some naysayers or just haters in your journey?
Yeah. Yes.
If I ask you that some of those naysayers at that time, they come to you, and I know that this is very painful, but if they ask your support and they had like very hard objections or just unsupportive thoughts in that time, and they ask your support today, how you will deal with them?
I'll tell you something. They're still close. I keep the enemy very close.
Why?
I keep them close. It's better to watch them.
Don't you have that feeling that sometimes we're human?
Yeah.
So I want to show you. I will show you guys. I will take revenge like
I'm
this.
too stronger than this. I'm way away of this. I'm too stronger. I have people that doesn't like me, but it feeds my ego that they smile in my face. They can't. If I don't like you, you will see it from a distance. I have no problem with anyone showing him that I don't like him, whoever he was. But it feeds my ego that these people that I would know that they doesn't want me to be successful, doesn't admire the good for me. Whenever they see me, they come and I help them and I listen to them, but I don't smile in their face.
But why do you help them? What is the reason for that?
It doesn't have any ethical reason, just to not to show it that beautiful. I just remind him that you need me. So it keeps him in a limit. It keeps everyone in the limit.
But it's not easy to go for that one. I believe that the motive itself, it's not easy. We're human at the end of the day. Sometimes when we just gone through these challenges, the first thing will come to you, say, I will take this revenge. I'm going to show you. How do you deal with it?
Revenge is for weak people. You know, when you can live in forgiveness, if you have a serious problem, then you're very strong. That's one. Second, I will quote again in Arabic because, I believe Arabic will reach the meaning as it is. من نعم الله عليك حاجة الناس إليك. That's a blessing. So let them come. Let them come. The more he comes, the more he understands that he's coming from down. You can only ask from people that if you have pride, you can only ask from people that you know that they don't feel any competition with you. They will help you with honesty. They will help you with pride, keeping your pride as well. But if these people want your help and they know that they don't admire the good for you, they come in a way different position and a weaker position. If you understand the approach, because when you do something wrong, when we were younger than when we were kids, if you do something wrong, you will feel that your mom knows about it. Even if she doesn't know, you will feel. If she tells you, I know what you did, then you will confess immediately. He's always living this dilemma, but you're in peace. And peace is a very strong tool, very, very strong tool.
Don't you think that maybe in your mind they come to you and ask for support? Do you think that it's manipulation what they're doing?
I have.
If they just smile in your face, and I know that it's weakness, but do you think that it's manipulation?
Wallahi, Ahmed, whenever I see something that I don't like, I would say no. I have a strict no to say. I definitely share no's more than yes in my life. So I can say no. If it doesn't fit the criteria I want, if it doesn't cause me any harm, then I don't care. I will pass it. You don't have time to throw a stone on every dog that barks around. It's a long way. So you need to get busy with something that is serious.
That's great. If I ask you, based on your amazing success, leading Titan Group and being in Forbes very proudly, if I ask you, as a business owner right now, if you have an offer from a very big company that will have 10x your, I would say, wealth right now, but working for the corporate, what would be your choice?
I already received one. I didn't even look at it.
Why?
It was a 7-digit. I
Wow.
refused it.
Well,
It's fine. It's not me.
what were your reasons?
I'll tell you something. The people that were trying to buy me out are afraid of my success, that one day I will be able to buy them out. It's just they're buying the time. And I know that time is ahead of us. So I'm fine. I told you, I'm driven with the goal I have. So it's not about making money at the moment. Money will come. It's easy. It's easy. If I can afford everything, then the money I have is enough. I can afford everything I want. Whatever I can look to, I can buy. So this is fine. What an extra money will make to my life. I'm driven by the glory of the business at the moment. I'm driven by the goal. It will monetize, but it's not driven for the money. I have rejected so many business offers that are related to money that doesn't fit my criteria, my ethical standards.
In your entrepreneurial journey, have you ever hit an empty bank account at a time?
Let's be realistic. I reached years where I didn't have a bank account. Not an empty one. I didn't. I had the money that I used to make. I have to put this for the university, this for the taxi going to the training, this is for that to have. And I had the choice. One day I can have a Nescafe in the morning or to have a sandwich at noon. Super fine.
How did you deal with that? Because the self-narrative itself,
I
started
hired
out.
most of the people that had more money than me in the university. Super fine. It's super fine. You don't die from hunger. Huh? You can stay 3 days without food.
But if you have some debt itself, how do you deal with this?
The debt you have is for yourself to be successful. That's the debt. I wanted to make I didn't want to make money. I want to make a living. I wanted to make a life. So I made a life that I want. It's a blessing. It's God's will. We choose the path, and I took the risks, and I got blessed.
That's amazing. So if I ask you, what's your purpose in life? What's your why? What's that thing that ignites you and makes you moving? Because I see that the energy itself. What is that thing?
Make a difference. I want to be memorized even after I die. So till today I didn't reach this level. Can be as successful businessman, blah, blah, blah. Okay. What's the difference? The bank account will go to the kids. It will go later to the wife and kids. End of story. We have a small journey. So I just want to leave a mark. I'm driven by this, by the way. I want to leave a mark.
What is that mark, if you see it, that you'll be fulfilled? If we go dig deep a little bit on the purpose itself.
I will not disclose it at the moment, to be honest, because I believe that in the right time in my life, I will understand that this is the thing that will make the difference. Till today, I didn't make the difference. So let's be realistic.
I know that you're setting a lot of expectations always.
Inshallah. Yeah, I am.
That's a great advice. The last advice that I wanted from you. In our entrepreneurial journey, we have ups and downs, and you said that it's downs a lot, right?
Yeah.
If there are some entrepreneurs that they're listening to us right now, and they face, they're just doing all the best, all what they can do. They have a great idea, they believe in it, and they feel that it's great idea from their perspective, did their best, but nothing's working at all. What's your best advice to give to them?
Yeah. I'll tell you something that two things that you need to balance between them. Consistency and respect of time. Every second we lose, we cannot retrieve it back. So when you set a goal, you need to set a time back. If it's not working, then you don't need to believe that you're always right. I told you, we might build the best scenario ever, and then you fail. Boom. It booms in your face whenever you go and face the truth. So you need to set a time goal, and you need to understand that it's okay to fail. It's okay. You need to be consistent, but not consistent in failing. Consistent with the ability to change, to understand that this will not work for me. Maybe I'm made for something else. So I have to look outside the box. This will make the difference. And consistency in the goal. You will fail in the first attempt, even if you had the best idea ever. The first attempt is for lucky. It's a lucky shot. You will never, even if it's successful, it will never sustain. That's the difference.
It's amazing, Hassan. Hassan, thank you so much for being here today. It was a pleasure having you. And I love that you are always setting the bar ahead of you, just not fulfill. So keep doing, and just wish you all the best for the Titan Group. You will invade the whole world.
Thank you.
Unleash is the bridge between my purpose and my mission. And my mission is unleashing the human greatness to its utmost potential.